Let me tell you something real. Life doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't hand out guarantees or promise that someone will always be there to pick you up when you fall. You've got to be ready to stand on your own 2 feet no matter what. When things get tough, and you can't wait for someone to save you. You've got to be your own hero. The world can be cold, unpredictable, and unforgiving. But you've got fire in your soul. That fire doesn't depend on anyone else to burn. It's yours. Protect it, feed it, and let it light your way even in the darkest moments. You've got to know yourself. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses. Because when you're out there alone, it's just you and your reflection. No one's coming to tell you what to do, how to feel, or how to keep moving forward. You've got to have your own back. Don't waste time waiting for approval or permission. The clock's ticking, and every second you spend doubting yourself is a second you lose to the fight. Be bold, make your own decisions, and live with them. Learn from your mistakes, but don't let them define you. You don't need an army. You don't need a cheering crowd. All you need is your determination, your grit, and your willingness to push through when everything else is falling apart. Because when you survive alone, you realize something powerful: you are enough. So walk tall, walk with purpose. Because the moment you truly understand that you can survive alone, you become unstoppable. Let me tell you something straight: life doesn't owe you a thing. It doesn't come with guarantees, safety nets, or promises that someone will always be there to catch you when you fall. It's on you to stand strong, even when the ground beneath you feels like it's giving way. Life will test you in ways you can't imagine. It'll throw curveballs when you least expect them, and sometimes there won't be anyone to lean on. But that's the moment you discover your true strength, the power that comes from standing alone. When the world gets cold and unforgiving, you've got to dig deep. You've got to find that fire within you. That fire isn't fueled by anyone else, it's yours. Protect it, nurture it, and let it burn bright, even when darkness surrounds you. Know this: you are your own greatest ally. No one knows your battles better than you do. No one feels your pain, your hopes, your dreams the way you do. You've got to trust yourself, because when it's just you against the odds, self-belief is your strongest weapon. Stop waiting for someone to show up and save you. Stop hoping for a rescue plan or a lifeline. You are the plan. You are the rescue. The sooner you understand that, the sooner you'll start building the kind of resilience that can withstand anything. Be ready to fight for yourself, even when no one else is in your corner. That fight is what shapes you. It's what turns doubt into confidence, weakness into strength, and fear into courage. Every step you take on your own builds you up. It sharpens your instincts, strengthens your resolve, and reminds you of what you're capable of. The hard times are your greatest teacher, and survival is the lesson. Let go of the idea that you need someone else to complete you. You're already whole. You've got everything you need within you to make it, to thrive, to shine. Never let anyone convince you otherwise. Learn to trust yourself. Trust your decisions, your instincts, and your ability to adapt. Life doesn't come with a manual, but it does come with choices, and every choice you make on your own adds to your strength. Don't let the fear of being alone paralyze you. Loneliness is not a weakness, it's a crucible. It's where you find out what you're really made of. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it fuel your growth. Resilience isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. And you build it by facing challenges head on, by standing tall when life tries to knock you down, and by never backing away from a fight. Being alone doesn't mean being weak. It doesn't mean being broken or lost. It means you have the courage to stand in your truth, to face the world as you are, and to move forward without needing validation from anyone else. Stop seeking approval. Stop waiting for someone to tell you that you're enough. You are enough. You've always been enough. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll start living the life you were meant to live. Remember, no one else is responsible for your happiness. That's your job. Own it. Create it. Protect it. Happiness isn't something you find, it's something you build brick by brick with your own 2 hands. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. And sometimes you've got to run it alone. But that's okay, because every mile you cover on your own makes you stronger, faster, and more prepared for what lies ahead. Don't let setbacks break you. Let them shape you. Let them teach you how to rise, how to adapt, and how to keep moving forward when everything feels like it's falling apart. There's power in self-reliance. There's power in knowing that no matter what happens, you've got what it takes to survive. That power is yours to claim. When you learn to stand alone, you stop fearing solitude. Instead, you embrace it. You realize it's a chance to grow, to reflect, and to become the person you were always meant to be. The world doesn't owe you kindness, but you can be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with respect, with patience, and with love. Because at the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with you. Challenges will come, and people may leave, but your strength is constant. It's the anchor that keeps you grounded, the light that guides you forward, and the force that keeps you going. Being alone teaches you to appreciate yourself. It teaches you to value your own company, your own thoughts, and your own journey. It reminds you that you are enough just as you are. When you stop depending on others for your sense of worth, you become unstoppable. You become fearless because you know that no matter what happens, you have what it takes to make it through. So stand tall, stand firm, stand alone if you must. Because the strength you build in solitude will carry you further than any crowd ever could. Life doesn't come with a rule book or a guarantee. No one hands you a guide on how to navigate its twists and turns. The truth is, you've got to learn how to survive on your own, no matter what comes your way. This isn't about shutting people out. It's about realizing that when it comes down to it, your strongest ally will always be yourself. The world is unpredictable. One moment, everything seems to fall into place, and the next, the ground feels like it's crumbling beneath you. People you thought would always be there may leave. Plans you were certain about might fail. But here's the thing, your ability to survive and thrive doesn't depend on anyone else. It depends on your willingness to adapt, to fight, and to rise above. You have a fire within you, a resilience that no one else can extinguish. That fire isn't dependent on others. It's fueled by your determination, your dreams, and your grit. And the moment you realize that, you become unstoppable. Life might test you, push you to your limits, but it can't break you unless you let it. Self-reliance isn't just a skill, it's a mindset. It's about knowing that you're capable of facing life's challenges, even when you're alone. It's about building confidence in your own abilities and trusting that no matter how tough things get, you have what it takes to figure it out. Don't wait for someone to come and save you. Don't sit around hoping for a lifeline or a quick fix. Be your own rescue. When you take charge of your own survival, you reclaim your power. You stop depending on external sources to validate your worth or define your path. Life is full of decisions, and every choice you make shapes your future. Own those choices. Even when you make mistakes, and don't let them define you. Let them teach you. Every stumble is an opportunity to grow stronger, to learn more about yourself, and to refine your approach. Loneliness isn't something to fear. It's a space for growth, a time to reflect and reconnect with yourself. It's in those quiet moments when it's just you and your thoughts that you discover what truly matters. You learn who you are without the noise of the world telling you who you should be. Resilience isn't born, it's built. It's forged in the fires of hardship, in the moments when giving up feels easier than pushing forward. Every challenge you overcome on your own is a testament to your strength. It's proof that you are capable of withstanding life's storms. Being alone doesn't mean being weak or incomplete. It's a reminder that you are whole all by yourself. You don't need someone else to complete you or validate your existence. You are enough exactly as you are, with all your flaws and imperfections. Stop seeking approval from others. Stop waiting for someone to tell you that you're doing a good job or that you're worthy of success. You don't need their permission. Your worth isn't tied to their opinions. It's something you define for yourself. Happiness isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you create. It's a choice you make every day. And when you take responsibility for your own happiness, you free yourself from the need to rely on others for it. That freedom is empowering. Life is a journey, and it's not always easy. Sometimes you'll walk it alone. But every step you take, even the ones that feel lonely, is a step toward becoming the person you're meant to be. Those solitary steps build character, resilience, and an unshakable sense of self. When things fall apart, don't let it break you. Let it shape you. Use those moments of adversity to grow stronger, to learn more about what you're capable of, and to prepare for whatever comes next. There's incredible power in self-reliance. When you know you can stand on your own, you stop fearing the unknown. You stop dreading change because you've proven to yourself that no matter what happens, you've got this. When you embrace solitude, you stop seeing it as a weakness. Instead, you recognize it as an opportunity, a chance to grow, to heal, and to discover your own potential. Solitude isn't a prison, it's a teacher. Treat yourself with the same kindness and patience you would offer to someone you love, because you are worth it. You deserve respect, compassion, and forgiveness from yourself most of all. Challenges will come and people will leave, but your strength is constant. It's the anchor that keeps you grounded, the light that guides your way, and the force that propels you forward. Being alone isn't about isolation, it's about independence. It's about knowing that even if the world around you crumbles, you can stand tall, you can rebuild, you can thrive. You don't need a crowd to validate your success. Your journey is yours alone. And every victory, no matter how small, is a testament to your strength and perseverance. Celebrate those victories because they are yours. Stop comparing your path to others. Your journey is unique, and so are you. Embrace your individuality. Embrace your struggles and triumphs. They make you who you are. The fear of being alone is nothing compared to the fear of never discovering your own strength. When you stop relying on others to carry you, you learn just how far you can go on your own. And that is a beautiful thing. So walk your path with confidence. Stand tall, even when you're standing alone. Because the strength you build in those moments will carry you further than you ever thought possible. You are your own greatest asset, and that is a power no one can take away. Life doesn't come with a script or a guarantee, and it certainly doesn't give you instructions for every twist and turn. You don't get handed a guide on how to handle the unexpected. What you do get is the opportunity to figure it out, to rise to the occasion, and to learn how to stand strong on your own. That's the reality. You've got to be ready because no one is coming to do it for you. The world is unpredictable. It can shift in an instant, pulling the rug out from under you. People you thought would always have your back might drift away. Dreams you were so sure about might crumble. But here's the truth, none of that defines you. What defines you is your response. Your ability to stand tall, adapt, and push forward no matter what happens. You have something powerful inside you. It's a fire, a light that no one else can put out. That fire is your determination, your strength, and your will to keep going. You don't need anyone else to fuel it. It's yours. Protect it, feed it, and let it shine. It's what will guide you when everything else feels uncertain. Self-reliance is more than just a skill, it's a mindset. It's about knowing deep in your bones that you're capable of handling life's challenges. It's about trusting yourself when the world feels shaky and believing that you have what it takes to weather any storm. Stop waiting for someone to come and fix things for you. Don't sit around hoping for a lifeline or a magic solution. Be your own solution. When you take responsibility for your life, you take back your power. You stop waiting for the world to save you and start building the life you want on your own terms. Every challenge you face is an opportunity. It's a chance to learn, to grow, and to prove to yourself just how strong you are. Even when it feels like the odds are stacked against you, remember this: you've overcome obstacles before, and you'll do it again. Each time you come out stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Loneliness can feel heavy, but it's not something to fear. It's a space for growth, for reflection, and for rediscovery. In those quiet moments when it's just you and your thoughts, you learn who you truly are. You find strength you didn't know you had and clarity you didn't know you needed. Life will test you in ways you never expected. It'll throw challenges at you that feel impossible. But every single one of those tests is an opportunity to build resilience. It's a chance to prove, not to anyone else but to yourself, that you can survive and thrive on your own. Being alone doesn't mean being weak. It doesn't mean you're broken or incomplete. It means you have the courage to face the world as you are, without pretense, and without relying on anyone else to define you. It's a powerful place to be. Stop looking for validation from others. Stop waiting for someone to tell you you're enough. You've been enough from the very beginning. Your worth isn't tied to anyone's approval. It's something you claim for yourself. Happiness isn't something that falls into your lap. It's not something someone else can give you. It's something you create. Brick by brick, moment by moment, you build it with your own hands. And when you realize that, you stop depending on others to bring you joy. You take control of your own happiness. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. And yes, there will be stretches where you're running alone. But that's okay. Every mile you cover on your own builds your strength, sharpens your focus, and prepares you for what's ahead. Setbacks are inevitable. They're part of the journey, but they're not the end of the story. Don't let them define you. Let them refine you. Use every stumble as a stepping stone, every failure as a lesson. They're shaping you into someone stronger, someone unstoppable. There's a quiet power in self-reliance. It's the kind of power that doesn't depend on the opinions or actions of others. It's the knowledge that no matter what life throws your way, you've got what it takes to handle it. When you embrace being alone, you stop fearing it. You start to see it as an opportunity, a chance to grow, to reflect, and to become even more of who you're meant to be. Solitude isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same compassion and patience you'd offer to someone you care about. Because at the end of the day, you're the one person you'll always have. You owe yourself that kindness. The world may be unpredictable and people may come and go, but your strength is your constant. It's your anchor, your guide, and your greatest asset. Never underestimate the power of your own resilience. Being alone isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of independence. It's proof that you're capable of standing on your own, even when the world feels overwhelming. It's a testament to your strength and courage. Your journey is yours alone. No one else can walk it for you. And every step you take, no matter how difficult, is a victory. Celebrate those steps. They're what make you who you are. Comparison is the thief of joy. Stop measuring your path against someone else's. Your journey is unique, and so are you. Embrace it, flaws and all. It's what sets you apart and makes you extraordinary. The fear of being alone is natural, but it pales in comparison to the fear of never discovering your own strength. When you stop relying on others to carry you, you unlock a version of yourself that's fearless, capable, and ready for anything. So walk your path with confidence. Stand tall even when you're standing alone, because the strength you build in solitude will carry you further than you ever thought possible. You are your own greatest asset, and that is a power no one can take away. In the end, the ability to stand alone is not just a skill, it's a testament to your strength, your resilience, and your unshakable belief in yourself. Life may not always be fair, and it won't always be easy, but when you learn to survive alone, you discover a power within you that no one can take away. You become unbreakable, unstoppable, and unapologetically you. Because you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're proving to yourself every single day that you don't need anyone else to define your worth, shape your path, or light your way. So stand tall, walk forward. Trust in your ability to endure and your capacity to grow. Because when you're ready to survive alone, you're ready for anything. And that, my friend, is where true freedom begins. Life has a way of testing us, of pushing us to the edge to see what we're made of. And when those moments come, the ability to survive alone is not just a skill, it's a necessity. History is filled with examples of individuals who faced impossible odds, stood alone, and emerged stronger, proving that self-reliance is one of the most powerful tools a person can have. Take Harriet Tubman. Born into slavery, she made the decision to escape, knowing she could rely only on herself. She didn't wait for someone to come save her because she knew that day might never come. Instead, she freed herself, and once she had, she didn't stop there. She returned time and again to help others find their freedom. Tubman's strength came from her ability to face danger and uncertainty alone, trusting in her resilience to guide her. Think about Mahatma Gandhi. Before he became the leader of India's independence movement, Gandhi faced years of solitude and struggle. He was thrown into prisons, vilified by those who feared change, and left to question if the fight was worth it. Yet in those quiet moments, he found clarity. Gandhi's strength wasn't given to him by a crowd or a companion, it was born from his ability to stand firm, even when the weight of his cause rested solely on his shoulders. Let's not forget Anne Frank. A young girl in hiding during one of history's darkest times, Anne faced isolation that most of us cannot imagine. She lost her freedom, her community, and eventually her life. Yet, even in the face of overwhelming loneliness and fear, she found the courage to write, to reflect, and to hold on to hope. Anne Frank's diary isn't just a testament to survival, it's a reminder of the strength that lies within each of us when we have no one else to lean on. History also gives us Nikola Tesla, a visionary who transformed the modern world with his inventions. Tesla's genius was often overshadowed by his solitude. While others sought wealth and recognition, he worked tirelessly, often alone, to bring his ideas to life. He didn't wait for approval or support. He relied on his own mind, his own hands, and his unrelenting belief in his vision. Closer to our times, we can look at Malala Yousafzai. Shot by extremists for daring to seek an education, Malala stood alone in her recovery and her fight for girls' rights. She didn't wait for the world's permission to speak out. She used her voice even when it felt like she was the only one shouting into the void. Her strength, born in moments of isolation and struggle, inspired millions to join her cause. The truth is, the world will throw challenges at you that seem insurmountable. Friends might leave, support might vanish, and you might feel like you're the only one fighting your battle. But history shows us that some of the greatest triumphs come from those who were ready to stand alone, to face the storm with nothing but their own strength and determination. Surviving alone isn't about rejecting help or relationships. It's about understanding that at the end of the day, you are the foundation of your own life. The people and circumstances around you can shift like sand, but your resilience, your grit, and your ability to adapt are the bedrock. So when life tests you, remember Harriet Tubman's courage, Gandhi's perseverance, Anne Frank's hope, Tesla's determination, and Malala's voice. They were ready to survive alone, and because of that, they didn't just survive, they changed the world. And here's the thing, you can too. You have within you the same capacity for strength, for resilience, for greatness. You don't need perfect conditions or unwavering support. What you need is the belief that no matter what happens, you will rise. That's the power of being ready to survive alone. When you embrace that, nothing is impossible.